I think what we'll do is we're gonna film a part two later this week, and the first one will be out, and then it might end up being shorter. Might only be like a 30-minute episode.
Awesome.
All right, we're gonna be splicing and dicing this podcast together because it ended up being way more than we thought it was gonna be. But I mean, it's a whole 8 or 7 movie series now. So
if you think about it, an hour and a half, that's only like 15 minutes per movie. It's not even that bad.
If you look on the movies online, I think people do hour retrospects on each one. So.
Yeah, right. So not too bad. All right, well, I guess there's not even an outro.
Yeah.
So that's it for this movie.
Yeah, and so the end of this movie, going to the next one, the humans can fully, because they destroyed Chicago.
Yeah, they're like
down to everything.
They're like, you know what? Maybe Transformers are evil.
No more Transformers. We're getting all the Transformers.
Yeah, get them all out of here. And we get our first time jump.
Yeah, big. How many years? A lot. It's not like
I think it's a decade at most. It's not that long. And the first scene of this movie is Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, it's a Transformer. Whoa, it's a Transformer.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
In an abandoned theater in his small town. And he's like...
Not that far from Chicago, right? I don't think. I think it's in Illinois.
Yeah. And he's like, I'll take this whole theater worth of garbage and junk that you have. And just so happens, in this garbage and junk is a truck after he cleans it up. And this truck is obviously this truck right here, Mr. Prime. And so he takes the truck and he puts it in his garage. So Optimus is sitting there hiding. We get this D-bag of a character and his daughter, or Mark Wahlberg's daughter.
Yeah, and the son, or not the son, the
boyfriend who's older and she's not older. And so we get that kind of tension for about 22 seconds of this movie. And then Optimus starts killing humans.
Wait a minute, and doesn't he bring Optimus back by like charging him up?
Yeah, he hotwires him.
But how does that work? No energon, no.
Doesn't. He just charges his battery, and then
like, do Transformers actually have batteries? Like, what are we talking about? Like, does the Matrix of leadership, does it transfer like regular electricity into?
Well, I think that it's okay. So we'll get there in another movie because we've seen it. From what I can read in the comics and stuff, they have the ability when they're in vehicle mode to go into like stasis, which is like hibernation, where they're just kind of slumped. They're just sleep, right? And then they have to be woken up from that point.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why he was able to
he was
charge
he wasn't dead. He was just deep hibernation.
Yeah, basically.
He was like a bear.
Like, yeah, and that's why when he wakes up, he's like, what the heck is going on?
Murder Prime.
Humans, I will kill you. And then Mark Wahlberg was like, whoa, bro, chill.
Bruh.
I was the one who helped you. What you pointing your gun at me for? And, yeah, and then the biggest part of this movie is we get introduced to a man named Lockdown. And Lockdown is a bounty hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through. This one's going to be quick. This movie is literally all over the place.
Yeah.
So there's 3 subplots going on in this movie. There's 3 subplots going on in this movie. Number 1 is the Autobots are being hunted.
Yeah, everyone's getting hunted.
Yes.
But Autobots and Decepticons.
The Autobots are the ones being hunted.
Well, they say
they're the ones they shouldn't be hunting.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that they're hunting the Autobots. That's subplot 1. Subplot 2 is the lockdown subplot. And he's the bounty hunter that the humans are using to help hunt down the Autobots specifically. Subplot number 3 is weird bald guy. He's a really good actor. I don't know who he is.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I don't know his name. But I know he's a really
good
actor.
He's like in everything. I'll get his name.
And he is like, hey, we melt down the bots for these old robots, and they make this thing called transformium, and he throws it around. He's like, "Hey, it's a gun." It's
literally CGI in your hand,
right? Hey, it's a gun.
His name doesn't sound familiar, but he's in everything. Stanley Tucci.
I was gonna say Stanley Tucci. Yeah, he's like, "Hey, look, it's a Beats pill."
Yeah.
Gosh. Product placement.
Who owned it at the time? It's Hasbro, but
I think just Dr. Dre still.
No. I mean, like, what movie studio was making these ones at the time?
Oh, Hasbro still. Paramount.
Paramount, yeah. So they must have had some deal. That's pre-Apple.
Beats pill.
A Beats pill or a Coca-Cola?
Right. And so they're remaking the Decepticons basically, or they're remaking Transformers.
Yeah.
For humans. So they're like,
and they think that they can control them.
We'll never have to fight another war. it's going to be Transformers. So those are the three different subplots, and they all get brought together in this movie. And so plot points of and Dinobots.
Oh wait, no, Dinobots are we on Age of Extinction? Oh yeah. Oh gosh, and Dinobots.
And
yeah,
Dinobots.
The creators of the Autobots, they were here millions of years ago, and they were running tests on the biological stuff, and they decided to make the Dinobots, and they're like super powerful.
Yeah, and then we get another crazy weapon, and Lockdown has these weapons that are seeds that allows you to terraform natural life into Transformium.
Yeah, this is a good one.
And
I like this one. I like the seeds. The seeds make sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And so Megatron wants the seeds because he wants to destroy Earth and just create Transformium.
But wait, I thought Megatron's dead and is in a lab.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, pause on that thought. Lockdown has seeds, and he's giving one to the humans for more stuff for KSI so they can keep making this army. Because, of course, the U.S. would be obsessed with making an army of metal robots that can kill anything, right?
That they can control.
Yes.
Got it.
And then Megatron is not Megatron. He's Galvatron.
Galvatron.
Which the comic book Transformer people are like, yeah, Galvatron, this is going to be so cool. It's not.
That's not cool. It's just really
cool.
shitty transforming.
Yeah, he's just not Megatron.
It's the lightest CGI. Like he floats. They float and transform.
It's like the PS2 screen when it's like the square and the other shapes go and float around. It's like that for Transformers, right? And
horrible. It was the worst one. One of the worst ones for transforming.
No, it was the worst one.
And there's no actual on-screen transforming. I think most of if it's not the new CGI transforming, it's off-screen transforming.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And we have a whole new cast of Transformers in this one. The only returners are obviously Megatron and Optimus and Bumblebee. That's it. Everyone else.
The yellow one, the truck, and the bad guy. That's what we that's what we get it down to.
It. Everyone else in this movie's dead. They have all new cast of Autobots, and it's just like
because they got hunted down.
It's just the whole movie's like we don't care.
And then is this the one? Yeah. So okay, I can't remember. Are the Dinobots? They've been alive the whole time, hanging out in China. Is that what it is? And they go get them.
Yeah, they're like in a forest,
and like they just been here.
Yeah,
and they never.
So the fight happens in China because Homeboy from KSI tries to flee to China, and he has a seed with him, and so Megatron wants that seed, and
so we're all going to China.
Yeah, basically. So everyone goes to China. Oh, I'm sorry, not Megatron. Galvatron.
Excuse me.
Galvatron wants that seed, and I forget. Oh yeah, Optimus goes out and he kills. Kills everyone.
You have to. The biggest thing of this movie is Optimus rides.
We're not there yet.
Oh, I thought we were there.
No, we're on the last battle, but we're not quite there yet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So they're going to China, and then we figure out. Oh wait, why is Galvatron the way he is? Because they were using Megatron's brain to build this army.
Yeah.
And it's like,
what a fool. What a fool.
Be so stupid. That don't even
You can't trust the bad guy's dead body. Have we not watched anything ever?
Right.
You got to destroy it.
They're using his brain for the memories of all the Transformers. See, they're like, this is the only brain that we have.
Optimus did the right thing. You're supposed to kill them, cut their head off, and then shoot them. That's what else could he have done?
Right.
If there was a volcano, he would have threw it in there.
Right, he would
because he loves killing people with lava. That's like one. If you don't know that yet, you'll find out.
You will. So we're like I said, this train's on 2013. We got about a decade before we get there. But yeah, Optimus. What was you just said? Yeah. So then they're fighting. They're making this battle, and there's just so many Decepticons. And
because all the things that they made.
Because Galvatron takes control, and then he's like, "Hey. You know what's crazy? I have a new army now.
Oh,
I have a new army.
You thought you were using my brain, but my brain was using you.
Right. So he has a new army. So they all go to China, him and his new army, all go to China. They're fighting the Autobots.
Because we can't destroy another American city again.
There's like 4 Autobots. It's Hound, Bumblebee, Optimus, and Drift.
And where's Sandwood Wiki? What the hell, man?
We find out later he's dead.
Oh, they killed him? They just murdered him?
Somehow. He's dead.
They just decided decided. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They just
he's
killed
in the next. We find out in the next movie.
Oh, okay.
But Optimus is like, we're gonna lose this battle. What can I do to shift the tide?
Oh yeah.
Dinobots. So he goes.
Wait, does he leave in the middle of the battle?
Yes.
He just, guys, hold off this army. I got reinforcements.
Exactly.
It's gonna be cool.
Right. So he goes and he gets the Dinobots, and he's riding Grimlock into battle, and blah blah blah. Obviously, the Autobots are winning the battle, and I forget exactly how, but he has this one-on-one with Lockdown, and let's just be real, Lockdown wins the 1v1, right? Lockdown kills Prime. He doesn't kill him, but Lockdown. Okay, so another thing is that Optimus can't die because he has a matrix of leadership.
Oh, okay. So he's shocking him back to life? Or
no,
what?
he can't die like in the spark, and so he's supposed to die because Lockdown shoves his sword through his chest, but he can't die because he has a matrix of leadership.
That's hella cool. That's a cool power,
right? It's like if your heart was invincible, you have to get your head cut off to die.
like Wolverine,
right? Yeah, that's how you kill Optimus. You got to like take his head off. You can't
and then take the leadership.
Yeah,
thing.
you can't just you
have to take it.
Right. Anyway, so he's gonna die, and then the humans save him, and he freaking cuts. This is more murderous Prime. He stabs Lockdown.
Wait, what, you're saying he's back and he's more murderous?
Yes.
Every time he comes back.
Just listen to this. He takes his sword and he does a spin move into a jumping stab through Lockdown's back. And then the sword is like this. He cuts up.
From the crotch?
No, from the chest.
Oh, from the chest.
Through his head.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That got him.
Okay, got him, guys.
And he doesn't. There's not two matrix of leadership.
Yeah.
So he's not coming back with that one.
Right. He's dead, guys. I got him. Right. Blah blah blah. That's this movie. Mark Wahlberg. Yay.
Yeah, and guess what? And between this one and the next one, Mark Wahlberg grows his hair.
Right. And so Mark Wahlberg was in this movie. So it was an amazing box office success.
Especially in China, where it was where they destroyed it.
But what the producers of this movie didn't realize is that people hated the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
They just went to watch it.
I literally, when I tried to watch this movie the first time, I fell asleep.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And I woke up in China and I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Exactly, right? And so, yeah, this was a box office success. But everyone was like, yo, what did y'all do?
But it's the problem is the overseas audience, which there's more people overseas than in America. I don't know if you guys know the math. And they bought all those tickets. It's like one of the 7 movies that was in China. No, and I'm not. That's not.
You're not.
No,
I know. I know.
Oh, okay.
But right,
that sounds bad, but they don't let every movie that America makes into China. There's only like a select few.
So we get to the very last movie in this series. It's called The Last Night.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It's called The Last Night.
Is it? Does Michael Bay? Is he still producing these?
Yes.
Okay. This is the last produced.
Michael Bay one. So at the end of the last movie, the only thing you need to know is that Prime in his monologue is like, I need to find my creator. And he like shoots himself off into space.
Oh yeah, he takes off.
Woo! And he's in space.
Don't worry, he left somebody behind. Don't worry, but it's fine. This is the one. This is the most murky one. I'll be honest. I know the points. I know the Merlin.
Even me trying to talk about it is kind of weird. So this one, the only thing you need to know is that Michael Bay went. I was gonna say something bad because it's a saying, but he went full idiot on this one. He went full in, balls to the wall, guys. Every event ever is Transformers.
Yeah,
every single.
Is there
one.
any lore to using the free story of Arthur and the Round Table and Merlin, which is free? That's like free use. Anybody can make a movie about that. Is there actual lore, or is this just so jammed together by strings that
did it? So what you find out is that after the huge success that The Last Night was, Paramount was like, Transformers universe.
I know we're 6 in, but universe.
Transformers universe. So they had an idea for 6 movies.
6 more movies.
Yes. It was a Transformers Knights movie. A Transformers Merlin movie. A Transformers War, like World War movie. And then
I remember hearing that. I remember hearing the war ones.
Some Beast Wars movie, stuff like that. And what did we get? A little bit of everything.
Just all over the place. This one is so...
Michael Bay went into the writer's room and he was like, guys, what do we have? And they told him all these ideas and he's like, yes.
Wait, what do you mean? Which one?
Wait.
No, this one or this one?
okay, so here's so like let's just take this part from this one, and then we'll take this part here, and then I like this part. So yeah, just
Hey, you remember Witwicky? We're bringing that back. We're bringing
Witwicky's back. So like nothing matters in this movie. Nothing matters in this movie except for that Michael Bay does a cringy Suicide Squad thing where he's introducing his villains, and they all have personalities this time, which is not bad, except for they all get killed in about 12 minutes of movie time. So for the first time,
interesting characters.
We get personality in the Decepticons. They're not just like robot gore fodder, and then they get killed being robot gore fodder. I don't know, but it's Michael Bay. And like I said, that matters is the World War stuff. Transformers have been here the whole time. Nothing else matters except for Optimus Prime is evil because Quintessa slapped him in the face.
Wait, who makes the dragon? Who made the dragon?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The dragon. The Merlin dragon that gives him the staff.
I don't know. Some Transformer.
Yeah, there's a dragon in Arthurian time, and him and Merlin something. He has like a good heart. So the dragon's like, here you go. Yeah, here's the staff of Merlin.
Here's a magic staff. And so the wars, every war, not wars, it's just Transformers. Mm-hmm. They win every war. Bumblebee killing Nazis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We get that scene. Bumblebee killing Nazis. He's a Jeep Wrangler. Not a Jeep Wrangler. He's a World War Jeep. Yeah, great. The Witwickens.
Oh, yeah.
Are a family dating back to Merlin.
Yeah.
He's in it.
That they're protecting.
Yeah, they're protecting the identity of the Transformers, and they're keeping them a secret this whole time. And we figure out that the last of the Witwickens is this random girl that they introduce in this movie. And that means that, yes, Sam is dead. Because they say specifically she is the last of the Witwickens. And they show Sam as a Witwicky. He's dead. I don't know what happens. They killed him somewhere.
It's like
somewhere
his cousin?
Along the line, he dies.
Like his cousin or something?
She's his cousin. So yeah, somewhere along the line, he's dead. Rest in peace, Sam.
Him and his leather jacket and everything.
Right. And so Optimus fights Bumblebee. He's about to kill him, but Bumblebee talks again. And then he comes back to life, and then he goes and he kills Quintessa and kills Megatron.
Because Quintessa wants the thing, and
Quintessa is trying to help Unicron. Because Earth is Unicron.
Yeah, that's why all this stuff happens on Earth. That's why there's seeds, and there's Matrix leadership, and there's arcs.
That's why the Transformers are drawn there, because Earth is Megatron, is Unicron.
There's only 2 planets in this whole world, and all this universe.
And you see, in Transformers lore, I get what they was trying to do. Because there's one planet that's Cybertron, it's Primus, and that's like the god. And there's one planet that's evil, and it's Unicron.
Yeah.
And that's like the devil. So it makes sense. But they did nothing with it.
But no.
Nothing at all. And
you can't make the Earth the Transformer, because what happens when it transforms?
Right? So we're just waiting for him to transform? So that's the whole movie, basically.
Yeah, it's a bad one.
This is a horrible movie.
That was a bad one.
The worst thing you've ever tried to watch in your life. And we skipped over most of it because it's not even worth talking about.
It doesn't make sense.
Right. So then after that huge failure,
Merlin,
they were like, you know what? Maybe we need to stop.
Yeah, more Michael Bay.
Maybe we need to chill out. And we get to Bumblebee. And Bumblebee is interesting because they changed everything.
Yeah.
Like, they changed the art style of the Transformers.
It looked more of like the 80s cartoon stuff.
And they're more ergonomic, if that makes sense. Like, they look more like the cars.
Yeah, and then the old one, I didn't because I just went to Universal, so I got to see like the ride. And they really did have like this really weird way that the Transformers looked. Like, they're very boxy for no reason. Like, they were like I'm gonna get you. They weren't like these sleek, long like things. They were always like wide and weird. Yeah. But yeah, this one is like, we're gonna try to bring it back to like whatever sort of normal. And Transformers always works best when you have a convincing human character with a relationship with the Transformer. It's unfortunately it's the only method that's worked. The first one was like that.
But they just need to do it with Cybertron, so we don't have to worry about that. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, this movie's great, and you know why? Because of that stuff. There's only like 8 Transformers in the whole movie.
Cutting it down.
5 of them only appear in one 3-minute scene. And what's that scene? The best scene in all of Transformers. Cybertron. We get to see Cybertron and the war. And we get Optimus. The only time Optimus is in this movie. And he's directing traffic. And he's doing... And we get to see all these characters in their, like, cartoon original art style. Soundwave blue with the chest being the thing. And we get Bumblebee. It's so amazing. For 1 minute and 92 seconds. And then Bumblebee goes to Earth. And it's incredible. They just need to make a movie like that. Like, it was the best Transformers scene of all time.
I gotta hurry. I want to... Not we have to hurry. I want to hurry because I want to talk about the newest one. Are we going to talk about the newest one?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay.
But this is the second one.
I might have to split this podcast into 2 parts. We're like at 1 hour and 20 minutes, which means I think we're at 1 hour and 10 minutes. As long as the cameras don't give out, I think we might have to split this in 2.
And like I said, we only get 3 Transformers on Earth in this movie. And the whole thing is like, this movie is trying to keep Earth a secret and trying not to have the Autobots come to Earth.
Oh yeah, the big thing is that the 2 Decepticons that we do get are they also scouts? Are they scout class? So they're trying to send a signal back to start an invasion of Decepticons.
Yeah, and so Bumblebee stops them, blah, blah, blah. But somehow Transformers will end up on Earth.
Yeah, they come looking for Bumblebee because he left.
Yeah. So
and then they get stuck.
Yeah, the Autobots come to Earth anyway, and then we get to the last movie, which is Rise of the Beasts. So you went through this whole podcast, right? And we talked about every other Transformers movie. So I think it goes without saying. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Are we going to add the newest one into the final ranking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Rise of the Beasts. But, yeah, Transformers movies are back.
I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed the movie. I had a good, fun time with it. I didn't have a lot of expectations for it.
Yeah, I think that's how everyone felt. And that's why everyone was pleasantly surprised.
But, like, the chatter that I'm seeing from, like, industry is that it failed.
Yeah, because it didn't make the money back.
Oh, it didn't make it money
which
back.
makes sense though, because what people need to understand is that think about the last Transformers movies that got put out, like the last sequels.
Yeah,
no one trusts Bumblebee because it's Bumblebee. Everyone loves Bumblebee. That's like the Optimus isn't the marquee character of the Transformers movies. It's Bumblebee.
Yeah,
he's the marquee character. So when you put out
and
a
all
movie,
the advertising, when you put
out a movie of him, of course it's going to do well. What were the last Transformers movies? They were garbage.
Yeah. There were no... Yeah.
And those 2 movies have such a sour taste in everyone's mouth that, no one's going to watch this new one. Or less people are. A lot of people are going to be like, eh.
No one even knows what's really going on.
Yeah, and there's that part too where it's like, oh, are these just sequels?
Yeah, because they never They never did like a hard... Oh, the new Transformer... Yeah. They didn't do all that. And they just came out with a movie.
This movie... You said it in the theater, and I agreed with you. This movie felt like it should have been the 3rd movie.
Yeah.
In this new thing, this movie should have been the 3rd movie. We should have had a movie of just the Autobots.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, they kind of made the movie expecting you to know who all these characters are, and you only know that if you watch the Bayverse.
Yeah. We counting that or not counting? Yeah.
It says prequels, right? There should have been, when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, this movie explains nothing. It doesn't explain why these people are here, how they got here, how long they've been here for, what's going on.
Optimus is weird.
Right? Like, and it's just, we just kind of get there. But I think that's like one of the only bad aspects of this movie because the rest of it's nice.
Yeah, I forgot I said that, but it was like once we started getting into the film. And what's the new one? What's the new guy? Pete Davidson's one. Mirage. And he has like he talks about everybody. Like there's all this events that have happened, and because they've been in hiding for kind of like 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, but what happened? Like, what do we? They don't even really explain until like halfway in the movie when Optimus is all sad that they're trapped on the planet.
Yeah,
like there's like
there should have been a second movie. This should have been the 3rd in your trilogy.
Yeah,
and I think as a 3rd movie in the trilogy, it would have been incredible.
It's a banger of a 3rd.
Right? If this is your 3rd movie, like You introduce the Autobots.
At the end, there's a level now. I think we can all agree. There's like levels to like how epic you can make a movie now, and I think the pinnacle is if you are a Marvel fan and you've watched for 10 years and you made it to Endgame. Okay.
Anyway, quickly now.
Now we have to go fast because our cameras are
it should have been it would have been an incredible third movie.
Yeah.
And you build up to all this, and then you do have, because in between these two movies, and it makes sense because of the pandemic, I think, but in between these two movies, there was a 6-year gap.
Yeah.
And so, you're supposed to be a 3-year gap, and then you have, so I understand.
Oh, yeah, because of all the pandemic stuff.
But you should have went with the original, but this should have been a third movie. Mm-hmm. Like, it would have been
definitely had in-game vibes at the end. Yeah. I was like, this is crazy. Like, the culmination of how fast they did it. But yeah, there was a missing movie.
And I think that as a second movie, and it kind of makes sense of how they wrote the character, Scourge felt way too powerful.
Oh, yeah.
For second movie.
That was even like a big problem.
Even like a first movie, kind of. Because we don't know what this is for a second movie.
So,
whatever
I guess, just spoiler alert, this movie... Just do how we do the plot points real quick. So all the Autobots are hiding. Yeah. There's another thing.
There's another faction called the Maximals, and they're from the future, but also the past. Yeah, doesn't matter. We don't ever get into that at all.
Time this whole movie, matter. It's not linear.
It's right. And they're trying to find the transwarp key. We're going back to the Mulligan thing again.
Yeah.
Of this thing that's on Earth. That's the transwarp key. It allows Unicron, who's in this movie for real now, to travel throughout the universe no matter what and get to where he needs to go.
And destroy all planets.
But it also allows Optimus and his people to be able to go back to Cybertron, right?
Which is, in this series...
Not quite dead yet.
Not yet. Not yet. It still exists, apparently, if they're trying to get back to
it. So we get to this whole battle. Humans have been living with Autobots this whole time, and they've kind of been protecting each other. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter. And we get to the last scene, and I'll talk about the villain because he's so good. This is like the only Marvel level villain that they had. It's like this Scourge character, and he's brutal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I just don't know. Like, we haven't even gone to like the main bad guys in the series yet, and this one was like the first time they fight him, it doesn't make sense. He just like takes out everybody, right? And he doesn't even. They don't even put him to be. He's like the right-hand man of Unicron, but like he doesn't look special.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like he's a killer or crazy.
The very first scene you get introduced to is the Maximals, and he towers over him.
Yeah,
and he's like handling him in a fight, and then he jumps in the air, and Scourge, just calm as can be, just takes out his knife and catches him on the way down and stabs him through his chest, and you're like, oh, damn! And then he shoots his whole like right side off. And you're just like, God, how is Optimus going to beat this guy?
And then, like, he kills a bunch of different type of...
Yeah, and
so they're all... The race is Transformers? Is that what we're calling the race?
Yeah, the race is Transformers, and there's factions.
He had an Autobot patch.
Yeah, he had an Autobot patch. He had an Autobot Guardian patch. He had a Wrecker patch. He had Decepticon patches. He had Mercenary patches. Yeah. He had Maximal patches.
That's crazy.
He had a bunch of them, right? And, they fight outside the museum. And Optimus is just like, it's like when your little niece or cousin is trying to beat on you, and you're just like, whatever, bro, just move. And it's like, this is Optimus. The Autobots don't got no one else.
The Autobots were like so weak in this film until it was the end of the film, and they weren't supposed to be weak anymore.
Right. And it's, for me, it's like, how did Optimus go from what I said, like your little brother, to killing him at the end? It doesn't make sense.
I think because there's more I want to get into this movie, and I don't think we're gonna have time because I want to get into the new characters that they're putting out, and I want to get to there's some more broad strokes. So I think we're gonna have to part 2 this.
Part 2?
Yeah, where we'll talk about this movie, and then we'll start our ratings and everything. Because I don't want to rush. Because now I got we're deep into it, and yeah. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna film a part 2 later this week, and the first one will be out and. Then it might end up being shorter. It might only be like a 30-minute episode.
I was gonna say it should just be. I think
we did have and I already was looking up our other topic because we were gonna talk about experimental hip hop things. We got fucking transformed out,
right?
So I think we'll have to do.
I think you should just split it at the 3 movie mark. Not even get into the trash mark.
Oh, okay. Just start the first 3. Okay, and then we'll cut it, and then All right, we're gonna be splicing and dicing this podcast together because it ended up being way more than we thought it was gonna be. But I mean, it's a whole 8 or 7 movie series now. So
if you think about it, an hour and a half, that's only like 15 minutes per movie. It's not even that bad.
If you look on the movies online, I think people do hour retrospects on each one. So.
Yeah, right. So not too bad. All right, well, I guess there's not even an outro. Yeah. Is there an outro?
This is we'll see you guys later.
Right.
We'll see you guys later. We'll be back. Adios.
That's hilarious.
I know.